Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from class 3A. Today we would like to present about respiratory system. So this is our group members. So for the introduction about a respiratory system is a vital biology system in human and many other organisms that facilitate the exchange of gas necessary for survival. Its primary function is to deliver oxygen to the body cell for energy production and the remove carbon dioxide, a waste product of a cellular metabolism. This system works in a conjunction with the circulatory system to maintain a constant supply of oxygen and ensure the removal of waste gas, which is essential for maintaining homeostasis. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from class 3A. Today we would like to present about respiratory system. First, respiration in amphibian. How amphibian breathing? So basically amphibian breathing through skin, lung and a lining of mouth. It use this type of breathing in the different situation. For example in the water or outside the water. So this is a characteristic about the skin. First, the skin of frog must remain moist to allow the diffusion of gas. Water is essential for dissolving oxygen and carbon dioxide so that they can diffuse across the skin. Second, the skin of frog must be thin. It is because to reduce the distance over which gas diffusion occurs, the ensure efficient oxygen uptake and carbon dioxide elimination. Third, highly vascularized. Frog skin contains an extensive network of blood vessels, which is capillaries to transport oxygen into the bloodstream and remove carbon dioxide. Efficient gas exchange require a high degree of vascularization. So this is a process why a frog want to inhale and exhale using a lungs. When frog inhale, muscle lower the flow of buccals, drawing in air through the nostril. When nostril and mouth close, the flow of buccal rise and air falls out of buccal and into the lung. When frog exhale, muscle surrounding lung contract and air falls back out of the lung. So this is a pros and cons by using a lung for a amphibian. The pros is no diaphragm and ribs. They need to ventilate their lungs by positive pressure breathing, which fall air into the lung. For the cons is the lung is not efficient respiratory organ where gas exchange is limited. So this is a process of a frog if it want to breathing by a lining of mouth. First, the first mouth lining as a respiratory surface. The lining of a frog mouth, also called the buccal cavity, is rich in a blood vessel and remain moist. This creates an ideal surface for gas exchange. Second, oxygen uptake. Frog take in oxygen directly through the mouth lining when air into the buccal cavity. Oxygen diffuse across the moist lining into the blood vessel. Third, carbon dioxide removal. Similarly, carbon dioxide from the blood diffuse out through the mouth lining and is expelled.
Now, let's take a look at respiratory in insect. The respiratory of insect is separate from the circulatory system is a complete network of tubes called a tracheal system that deliver oxygen containing air to every cell of the body. First of all, insects breathe through small holes in their abdomen called spiracle that located laterally along the thorax and abdomen of most insects. Next, after passing through a spiracle, air enters a network of a tube called trachea. Trachea are reinforced with rings of sheathing to prevent them from collapsing. At the end of each trachea branch, a special cell called tracheole provides a thin, moist interface for the exchange of gases between atmospheric air and a living cell. The airflow through tracheal system are starting from spiracle and then trachea, followed by tracheole, and lastly tissue cell. Insects are divided into three groups. First of all, small insect. Gas exchange occurs by diffusion only. Passive movement of air into the trachea and diffusion brings in enough oxygen to support cellular respiration. Next, larger insects actively pump air into the tube. Larger insects with higher energy requirement must ventilate air in and out of the trachea through rhythmic body movement produced by muscle. And lastly, aquatic insects must seal their spiracle when they are under the water to prevent flooding their tubes. Some aquatic insects even have specialized spiracle that can puncture underwater plants and access their plants' oxygen storage center.
Respiration in mammals. Respiration in mammals take place in the lungs and involve the process of breathing, which include alternate inhalation and exhalation of air. This process is dependent on the rib muscle and the diaphragm functioning through negative pressure breathing that pulls air into the lungs. Breathing occurs without conscious effort and is regulated by the medulla oblongata and pons in the brain. This region monitor carbon dioxide level in the blood to determine the required respiration rate. During period of excitement or exercise, when cells require more oxygen, respiration speed up and the heartbeat increase to meet the body's oxygen demand and support the respiratory system. Ventilating process. The image explains the ventilating or breathing mechanism in mammals, highlighting the process of inhalation and exhalation. First, inhalation. Lung volume increase as the rib muscle and diaphragm contract. The rib cage move up and out, and the diaphragm flatten and move downward. Air pressure inside the lungs decrease below the external air pressure. Air rushes in through the nostril and mouth, traveling to the alveoli. Second, exhalation. Rib muscle and diaphragm relax, reducing lung volume. The rib cage moves down and in, and the diaphragm domes upward. Air pressure inside the lungs increase, forcing air out through the nostril and mouth. This process ensures efficient gas exchange in the lung. Mammalian respiratory system. First, upper respiratory system, which include the nasal cavity, pharynx, and larynx. The pharynx is divided into the nasopharynx, oropharynx, and larynx-gopharynx, which channel air and food appropriately. The trachea connects the larynx to the lung. Second, lower respiratory system. The trachea branches into two bronchi, which further divide into smaller bronchioles and terminate in cluster of alveoli. Alveoli are surrounded by capillaries and are the site of gas exchange, allowing oxygen to enter blood and carbon dioxide to leave. This system is structured to ensure efficient air movement and gas exchange to sustain life. Structure of mammalian respiratory system. Its key structure and their function. First, nose or nostril. Warm, moisten, and filters air using cilia and mucus, trapping dust and pathogen. Second, epiglottis regulates air passage into the trachea and prevent food from entering during swallowing. Third, trachea, a tube reinforced by C-shaped cartilage rings allowing the passage air to the lung. Fourth, bronchi, branches from the trachea leading air into each lung. Fifth, bronchioles, smaller airways within the lungs that extend from the bronchi to alveoli. Sixth, alveoli, tiny air sacs that increase surface area for gas exchange between air and blood. Gases exchange in mammalians. The mammalian respiratory system facilitates breathing and gas exchange. Air enters through the nose where it is warm, moistened, and filtered. The room epiglottis prevent food from entering the trachea, which channel air to the lung. The trachea branches into bronchi, which further divide into bronchioles, leading to alveoli. Alveoli are tiny sacs that maximize surface area for expansion oxygen and carbon dioxide. Lung volume and capacities. First, tidal volume, which is the amount of air inhaled and exhaled during normal breathing at rest. Second, residual volume, which is the air remaining in the lung after forceful exhalation. Third, and lastly, vital capacity, which is the total air volume exhaled after a full inhalation, including respiratory reserve, tidal volume, and expiratory reserve.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Irfan Zafri. I will talk about fun fact about bird breath. Bird breath with air sac and one-way airflow through their lungs, providing constant fresh air. This efficient system supports the high oxygen need for flying. Next, respiration in bird. Birds have a unique breathing system. Air flow their lungs in one direction, supported by air sacs. This system ensures a constant supply of oxygen, crucial for flying and other energy-demanding activity. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.